3345 coming back at you for the midday break room show with our friends Tommy, the Bargain Effect, Anthony from Pittsburgh, and Land Shark Picker live. So we're going to be here. Welcome, everybody. State of urgency, end of the year, yard sales getting close. That's our topic for the day. What we normally do, everybody, because you're on my channel today, most of the people know who I am. Just giving you a heads up that I will have a video out later on today for the cars to be picked for Friday night's Mopar racing. So Chrysler, Dodge, and Plymouth. So we'll start with the person to my left, Mr. Tommy the Bargain Effect.
Well, Tommy the Bargain Effect, you're, like I say, average everyday flipper. Kind of working on trying to make that above average everyday flipper. I got to say it for Craig. I am a product relocation specialist looking for value in the rummage sales, thrift store, grocery store, anywhere I can find items that I can buy lower and sell higher online. That's what I do.
Nice. Next, Mr. Anthony from Pittsburgh.
What's up, guys? My name is Anthony. My wife and I have a YouTube channel called Pittsburgh. We do a lot of garage sales, estate sales, Goodwill bins, thrifting, basically anywhere I can go find stuff that's cheap and turn around and sell it on eBay for a profit. That's what you'll find on my channel. I also do a Bible study every day at 2 p.m. Or excuse me, not every day, every Tuesday at 2 p.m. So that'll be today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in that, feel free to swing by the channel. We'd love to have you. If not, that's cool too. We have reselling videos 7 days a week as well. We also do working hangouts every Saturday at 3 p.m. So we welcome everybody to come and partake in the channel.
Awesome. And last but not least, not the Land Shark Picker, but Land Shark Picker Live.
Oh, you mean me? Is it my turn?
Yes.
I'm kidding. Hey, my name's Craig. Channel is Land Shark Picker. All of my live shows are now on a separate channel on Land Shark Picker Live. So if you're not subscribed there, please go do so. If you want to keep up with our mid-morning shows like we do every morning, 5 days a week. Just like everybody else, typical reseller, selling all the same platforms, eBay, Amazon, Macari, Facebook Marketplace, source all the same places, plus Craigslist and Facebook Marketplace. But appreciate everybody coming back out this morning.
Awesome. Okay, so what we'll do is what we normally do is we say hello to everybody in the chat. Tommy, why don't you do that for us today?
All right, let me scroll up here, see what we got. We got Rebecca Kruder was first in this morning. We got Reseller Man, good morning. DC Sells is in here this morning. Seosa Sells, good morning, is in here. Michelle Lathan is in. We got John Nevermore Antiques. Gate City Picker, good morning. Good morning. Kimmy, Borderline Hoarderish is in here.
Horseradish, come on.
Horseradish. Nate, Every Day I'm Hustling, good morning. Steven Scroggins. Try to make sure I'm not missing anybody here. I think that's about where we're at so far, unless you guys see anybody I missed. If I missed you, I apologize.
Nope.
I think John's gonna need to change his channel name. He's a year older. I think he's become an antique.
Yeah. He just turned 40 yesterday. Congratulations. Happy birthday.
Yep, happy birthday, man.
John.
Kelly Ecom Mom just jumped in, and Tommy Bernard. Good morning, Tommy.
Good morning, Tommy. Yeah, he has his late shows on all the time, man.
I know it's always starting right before I'm getting ready to lay down, so I'm only able to jump in for like a half hour.
Yeah, that's a really classy.
Yeah, you better not use the word classy with that.
I know.
Point. I
said it.
I jumped in there last night, and first thing I see Tracy sitting there with eBay tape over her mouth. I'm like, what the heck is going on here?
Yeah, I know.
You're better off not asking that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun though. They've been running what 4, 5, 6 hours at a time.
Yep. I mean, the other day they were almost 6 hours when you finally stepped off, and I jumped on at 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, the guys are still here.
Anybody that hadn't checked it out, check out Tommy Bernhard's in the chat. Also Boondock Buy and Sell, which is Cliff.
Yeah,
they've both been doing late. I don't know how many. I'm 3, 4. About a very late show, starting late evening and going throughout the night. So
I actually considered adjusting my schedule a little bit and taking a late afternoon evening nap and then working later in the evening just so I can sit in and watch their shows while working.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Nate. Yeah,
nice. Super 8 camera, was that a one of the newest? Oh, it's not the old. The Super 8 was the old stuff, wasn't it?
Yes.
Like the real looking.
Yeah.
I know it's all 8mm, but I think the Super was typically the older stuff, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, Nate. I think he has that trademark now, so be careful using that.
Yeah.
He has it on everything now, even on his new coffee mugs.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they got it at a yard sale for $7. Wow.
Nice. That's a good flip for sure. I'll take those all day, every day.
Yep.
And twice on Sunday if I can get them.
So our topic is a state of urgency. I know a lot of people who now that school has started for a lot of different areas, and the yard sales are starting to fade off. I know we're starting to get into Q4, about the Q4. So what is your state of urgency for picking up as much as you can when everything's starting to slow down a little?
I am in squirrel mode.
You're in squirrel mode?
Yeah. I think that's the only thing you can do is not just wait till the last minute to try and grab a bunch of stuff. You got to grab it the whole time. You really got to hit yard sales heavy.
Yep.
The whole time. We're pretty lucky here. I don't know about the weather. You know, most of y'all up there probably have trouble with weather once you get into the later months. It'll get cool here, but I'm trying to think of when they wound down last year. The biggest problem we have down here is the yard sales contending with like college football on Saturdays.
Right.
But you'll go to yard sales and there'll be people with big TVs out in the yard having a yard sale watching a football game. But ours will probably go. I'm trying to think if I've been to any into October. I probably got another month or two. Just because I mean, I walked out. Yes, I went to go get my son from school yesterday, and the temperature gauge on the car said 104.
Wow.
And I'm sure, and I'm not saying that's bad. Down here, it's above average, but I know there's places that it was even hotter. You know, I'm definitely not complaining, but
our rummages start wrapping up about mid-September. I mean, there's a few people that hold off into October. Our flea market runs till October, but here it starts getting pretty chilly in the mornings in September.
Yeah.
September.
Same way here.
I know I've gone to yard sales with like a hoodie on, so I know it goes into the cooler time here. Not cool like y'all think cool, but cool like what I think cool down here.
Yeah, Rebecca, I'll get with you at the end of the show because I think I have some of his information. If not, I know where to get it. Yes. So around here, our outdoor flea market tries to go until Thanksgiving. Tries, but usually ends. I'm going to say first week in November. So we try to get as much as we can out of yard sales and flea markets because it's just after that it's literally solitude. You're sitting in until late October, early November when we have church bazaars is what we call them up here. And what it is it's an arts and crafts show that a lot of the people that make the stuff at the nursing homes and at the churches get together, but they always have a white elephant table. And if you don't know what a white elephant table is, it's pretty much a yard sale table. So you never know what you're going to find. So I always hit all the church sales, all the nursing homes during the fall, getting ready for the Christmas at that time. And you can make out some pretty well when that's the only thing that you have to really source except for going to thrift stores. So,
Are you going to the nursing homes looking for dates or what?
that's you. That's you. I'm going to take you to those.
I'm kidding. But yeah, I think we're pretty lucky down here with weather and all that, as far as yard sales and all that. Do y'all have a lot of auctions up that way?
I have 5, but one's a junk auction, and the other ones, they're okay. One's a really higher end, and then I have 2 discovery auctions that I can go to, but they just jacked it up to 45% that they take for stuff that you bring in if you wanted to sell stuff. So,
Wow.
yeah.
I don't know what the typical auction house charges. I really don't.
It should average 25 to 30%, and then a 10% buyer's premium. But so that's 40%. That's 40% there. So it's if you're a seller at an auction, unless you want to just dump the stuff and don't worry about what you're going to make on it, then you can do the auctions. But if you're really thinking that you're going to try to make some really high end money don't do it at a discovery auction. Make sure you go to a higher end auction.
Yeah. Fishing and picking, you'd have to call them and see. I'll drop the phone number in the chat and you can call them.
Hey Adam, thank you for coming in. Yeah, it just popped up. A lot of people, things are going on. It's starting to get to that point of the season where everybody is running around getting their kids ready for school, and a lot of stuff going on.
Yep. John said you could do RA in the fall. That's typically what I do a lot. Is I'll go heavy with the bins, heavy with thrifting, and heavy with the RA. Basically to last me through the winter. Outside of, obviously listing what death pile I have left over from yard sale season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'll be pretty good all the way up to Christmas with the death pile I'm amassing, though.
Mm-hmm.
Morning, Jordan.
Jordan's awake. Wow, he took his sleeping pills early last night, so at least he's awake this time. That's right. He's sniffing the paint at work. He doesn't paint cars. He sniffs it. When are you going to come out with your latest album, Jordan? We need to hear it. Kelly said her daughter goes back to school tomorrow. Yeah, I hear you. Mine goes and picks up his football equipment tomorrow. Oh boy.
I can't wait till ours go back to school.
You're without them for 9 days, dude. Seriously?
I know, and then school starts, so here comes the headaches.
And he's enjoying every day of it.
Yep, absolutely.
So
perfect for some alone time.
That's it.
Alone time in pairs, right?
All I know is when I talked to Destiny yesterday, she was scrubbing the floor. And like I said to her, I says, well, she understood because she goes, yeah, thank God I don't live close to Tom's mom because she's Italian like my mom, and that's what happened yesterday. I got put in time out yesterday.
DC Sales in the chat says, do you find that thrift stores get more donations at the end of yard sale season?
Yes.
In my primary thrift store, and it is a chain, we have, let me count real quick. There's probably 6 of them in our Birmingham area. Of the same chain. It may be a nationwide thing. I don't know. America's Thrift Stores. They've got a red, white, and blue. I don't know if they're outside the state of Alabama. I don't know. They bring stuff out just constantly throughout the day, and you can see stuff just piled up in their warehouse area. I don't know if they get stuff. It's hard to tell what the flow of merchandise is through there. I don't know. It's hard to tell in that store. Other stores. There's other stores that aren't as big, and you can see an influx of product on the shelves at least, during those times.
See, with our savers, if they don't go to Salvation Army, they send it to our savers where they have 4 bins in the front of the store where you can drop off if you don't have a lot. But if you have a big carload or van load, you have to go around the back to their loading dock, and that loading dock is constantly filled with stuff. So,
see, I think our stores around here, there's more donations in the summer, and the turnover and the fullness of the shelves are much better in the summer. When winter comes, it just kind of dries up in the local thrift stores. Now, if you go where we travel an hour and a half away, then there's constantly stuff all year round. It don't matter. But you're talking about bigger metropolitan areas,
right?
Sure.
Huh. I'm sure it's different in every area, you know.
Yeah, we do really well though. Like I'd say fall into early winter with thrift stores. Then pretty much it's like bins because, like Tommy said, it does start to dry up because most of the pickers are actually going to the thrift stores at that point.
Right.
So it's just like one of those things where you gotta, early bird gets the worm.
That's it.
Yep.
I think it's just figuring out you're kind of building your own schedule. Like everybody's kind of talked to a little bit different, understanding what process, what schedule works in your area,
Yep.
See, I do the same thing she says. She says, I put a post on local Facebook Marketplace. I'll pick up leftover yard sale stuff for free. I've been doing that, and that's why some of my death pile is some of that. Because some of the stuff you don't want to, you can't put on eBay on Mercari because it's just stuff that I don't want to ship out 50 picture frames with pictures of sports athletes in them. That's going to be nuts. So that's why I'll just throw it on Facebook Marketplace to see if it will sell. But I don't know. We'll see what happens one at a time. So guys, if you I'm going to have my store will be up. More toys, more fun on Mercari. Going to be posting a lot of stuff today as soon as we're done here. So
is that the name of it? More toys, more fun.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
That's cool.
Finally
got it all figured out. I know you were having some trouble getting it set up.
Yeah, I have my new phone. I got my new phone sent in, so it's all linked up, ready to go.
Nice. What kind of phone did you get?
It's a ZTE. It's Turbo X. It's really nice.
Nice.
Nice little, very simple, very easy to use.
You really should meet enough.
What's that?
Just kidding. Go ahead. That's a cool phone.
All right, Kathy. Thank you for stopping in.
Yeah, thanks for stopping.
Hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, I'll be praying for you.
And
if anybody else needs another new phone, I've got several available. That's what's fine. MP3 players are just taking up space on my desk.
Nice. But definitely, it's a nice phone. Very easy to use.
It's getting to the point where a lot of phones are just becoming easily replaceable. Some of the higher end, some of the big iPhones and all that, but there's a lot that are in that mid range that are affordable.
Yeah. Sure.
But any big plans for the day? I know you got Bible study today, Anthony. Anything else going on?
I just got to get all these packages out from the auction and all of my eBay orders. So today's probably going to be like a 3 IKEA bag day.
Did you? I watched some of the auction. I had to back out for a while. So it went well?
Yeah, it went good. Yeah. Sold all 10 lots. There was a couple. Dennis Dew really made out well. He was like an eBay sniper. He swooped in at the last minute.
Yeah, he does that. He does Jerry Whitney's auction a lot.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I met him, and he does the same thing at Jerry's. He'll just swoop in at the last minute and just stop bidding. But that's somebody who's been to auctions before and knows what to do.
For sure. Yeah, definitely respect to him. I mean, he's going to make some good money off these lots he got.
Right. Yeah, I got to make that video of all the cars for Friday night's racing, and then I've got to finish packing my last 3 items. Let's just say have to do my Franken boxing, but it'll be all packed up, ready to go for today. So I sold all 14 lots on mine on Dwayne's mothership products. I'm telling you guys, if you guys can get over and get on his list, man, we had almost 100 people in his auction that night. We had 42 at the highest, which is not bad for an auction, but I mean it's gonna take a while for me to get to that high. But
no, yeah, I also realize you've been doing that for a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, there's Tracy right there. Did you get the eBay tape off your mouth, Tracy?
I don't think Tommy gave her the okay to take it off yet.
Oh God.
Yeah, that was funny.
Kimmy, I mean, it's so tough. My AdSense, I'll have to give you a call because everybody, even Tommy and Craig, have been helping me. They won't let me set up my AdSense to get to the next level because I'm ready. It's all done. It's just, I don't know. Maybe you have a little trick that we're not seeing. I don't know.
And I don't know how easy it is to get in touch with YouTube or Google for support.
It's very hard. I sent them a message through their help, but it says 3 to 5 business days. I'm like, seriously?
There is a YouTube Facebook page. I don't know if you can message them there, or if they have a Twitter account. I don't know.
Siosa sells. Who's got Friday's show? You, Craig, right, or Tommy?
We talked about it briefly yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually figured it out. So I know, Craig, you missed that one Friday. If you
I missed one a little while back.
I'll say if you want to take that one and make up for it, then I'll just jump after you. That'll give me some time to line something up.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Siosa sells is interested for Friday. That's what she's asking.
Okay, let me reach out to me on either Facebook as Craig Murray or on Instagram, Landshark Picker.
Oh, she meant the race. Oh,
Never mind then.
oh.
I'll do that man up there.
Okay, yeah. Well, Siosa, I have to do the video, and you got to get in to pick a car. So I'm going to be doing that video this afternoon. So then you guys got to get in and pick the cars because that's how we do it. But, yeah, but we do have to have somebody on for Friday. So I don't know if we've really gotten in touch with anybody.
I haven't yet.
Okay.
I kind of went crazy finding our one from last week. So, but I'll find somebody. We'll be fine.
Okay. So, I tried to ask Renee on his live the other night, but he was having some serious problems with his live. He was on and off. He didn't know what was going on.
Must have been in a storage unit.
If you call his office a storage unit, he couldn't even move in his office. Miss Anamora just came in. Hello, Anamora. Rosa Montes. So
Yeah. Just like everybody's talked about, we all, I do the same thing a lot of people do. I run my promoted listings and promotions 24 or 48 hours at a time. It just depends. And I have them automatically end, and a lot of times I'll manually start them back up. And I forgot to start mine back up either last night. I guess it was last night.
oof.
It's always good. It's always interesting to see that sale come through after your promotions all have ended, and it's just straight everything by itself, and then something sells. You're like, well, I'm glad it sold after everything ended because it saved me a little bit of money. All right, the show was a little bit bigger. That's pretty cool.
That's cool, Kimmy. Renee made her a wrench.
That and about $2, you can go get a 20-ounce Coke at the gas station though.
Hey, Crystal, thank you for coming in. I just saw Rosie's Closet just popped in. I didn't see her for a second there.
Guys, we appreciate everybody showing up every morning. We've got a good group that's a lot of y'all show up every morning and listen to us run our mouths, and we really do appreciate it. I'm sure I'm speaking for everybody that's up here.
Definitely.
It's a lot of fun. I hope y'all are getting out as much out of this as we are, because like I've said before, it's not that we're trying to teach y'all stuff. We've all on the panel have picked up information from people in the chat, and that's been helpful for us. So
I have a question for the panel and the chat.
Uh-oh.
So I have a large flat rate and 3 medium flat rate boxes all going to the same person.
Mhm.
What would you suggest? Would you just stick them all in one box and ship them that way, or would you ship them separately? The thing is, if I put them all in one box, that box is going to be heavy as heck.
Well, any of the flat rates, I mean, if you've got large flat rates are what, $18 now, whatever they are?
$19.90 something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone's like $14.90 something.
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically,
it's like $65 if I ship them separately. So I'm thinking it'd be a little bit lighter and cheaper if I put them together, but that box is going to be super heavy, and it's probably going to have to go FedEx.
That's what I was going to say. Go put them together, and at least, you know what? Put them all on your scale together. Does your scale handle a larger weight?
I have like a person scale, so I'll put them all on that.
I'll put them all on that. See how much it weighs, and check the FedEx price.
Yeah,
and then check pirate ship too. You know, you never know.
But pirate ship, you're going to get the most value out of that cubic where it's under the 18 inches or whatever. You know.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be over.
I mean, I would definitely check FedEx.
That's what I was thinking. FedEx is probably going to be the way to go, because I basically told the guy I would refund whatever difference there is. You know what I mean? Like I hate charging somebody $65 for shipping.
Right.
How far is it going?
I'd have to check. I mean, it's not too far.
No, I think he's, if I remember right, let me see.
If it's not going far, a lot of times, even heavy, sometimes the priority mail rate is right in line with FedEx. Sometimes it doesn't go very far. Another thing you might want to consider is just do a find a box that all fit in.
He's super close to you. He's in Virginia.
Okay, cool.
Another thing you might want to consider, if it's that close, put it in one box and weigh it, and see if it's cheaper to send it all in one box first. Flat rates are good if you've got one item that's heavy. I mean, I use a padded flat rate. I don't know. It's been probably 6 months to a year since the last time I used a flat rate box.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too, because it's always more expensive.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong. It depends on the item.
Because Nevermore Antiques is saying 35 or 45. But if you did the flat rates, it'd be mediums of 14, that's 30, and another 20. So that's 50. That's a little $50, $55. And if FedEx is going to do 45 for the one box, you're fine. That would be your combined shipping, like we said.
Is that a medium flat rate, or is that a regional box?
It's 3 medium flat rates,
okay,
and a large flat rate altogether, and it's over 20 pounds for everything.
That's going to take a good sized box, but FedEx may be okay. I don't know what the limitations are, because there's one point you have to pay dimensional shipping. With FedEx, isn't it?
And that's why I said with the pirate ship, it's still you go by cubic. So,
truthfully, I've spent 95, close to 100% of everything I ship has just been USPS. You know.
Yeah.
I've been pretty lucky, even with my combo units that I've shipped over the last handful of months. They haven't gone very far, and it was cheaper to send priority mail than it was FedEx.
Right.
But you never know until you check it, I guess. You know.
Well, that's it. That's the thing. I mean, that's
all I have to do is check FedEx pricing.
Yeah, we had to talk about that last night, and like I said, I mean, you don't want to send the guy just bought all those lots off of you. If you send them more and more with that big huge shipping, usually people when they buy 3-4 things, they usually get the combined shipping to help out a little bit, you know.
Do you have any of the regional boxes? Not going very far, you might be able. I don't think the regional boxes are as big.
The problem is these boxes are like filled to capacity, so getting this into a regional box is not going to fit.
Well, I just meant doing them individually, because the regional boxes, if they aren't going far, I believe they ship it. And I don't know the exact numbers. They're like a 3-pound rate or something.
Yeah.
And if they're going close, it helps.
Right. I mean, that's only little technically, if you look at it, it's a state over.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. I
Because I thought the regionals were the same size as the medium. If you use the medium flat rate and a medium regional box, it's the same thing. I thought.
I think the regional is a little bit smaller.
Is it?
I mean,
I have to look at it.
I don't ship a lot of stuff really close to the house. You know, I ship a lot of stuff to North Carolina and California, and big difference there. But
yeah,
I don't ship much to Tennessee. I mean, around Alabama, we got Tennessee, Georgia, Florida. I don't ship a lot to those states.
Yeah.
If it's going 3-4 states or better, it's, you know.
Yeah, the only thing that ships close to me is first class. If anything's got any weight or size, it seems to go out to California.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one going Pennsylvania, 2 going to Utah, Minnesota, Tennessee, Minnesota, Michigan, Maryland. Okay, I'm not that far. I'm not really. The furthest one is 1 to California, 2 to Utah, and to Minnesota. That's pretty much the furthest I'm going with my boxes.
I sent one to Minnesota this morning, dropped it off. I sold a little motorcycle manual for like $20 shipped.
Nice.
And it will be tiny, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at a yard sale the other day, and it's stupid me. I should have grabbed it. It was a CBR 900 bonus manual.
Yeah.
The lady wanted $3 for it. I'm like, should I? And I'm like, I left it. I should have grabbed it.
I buy them all the time, like the car and motorcycle manuals, especially if they're in like the little binder, or whatever.
So.
Oh yeah, I mean within the state of Alabama, it's pretty cheap.
Mm-hmm.
$16.90.
Like I got one going literally 30 minutes away from me. I could easily drop it off at the person's house. But, you know,
that might be a little freaky though.
Yeah.
I did sell something. Kyle, what was it? Stanford University is a Baptist college here in the Birmingham area, and I sold a like a hanging flag that you put on the flagpole out, you know, just hanging on the outside of your house for like your sports team, and sold it on eBay. Didn't even have, I think all my listings default to local pickup, and I think I had free shipping on it. Didn't make much, and the lady messaged me and said, "Hey, I'd just like to come pick this up." I said, "Well, fine, I'll just meet you." You know, that doesn't happen very often, and my, you know, majority of the things, if it's heavy, I really don't list anything heavy that I wouldn't ship on eBay. I know some people that do that though.
Here's a good friend of mine, Toon Track Racing. He is in Thailand. He lives in Thailand. He should be close to 500 subs, but what he's going to do is he does racing like I does, but one of his son has leukemia.
Wow.
And so once he hits 1,000, all his AdSense money and everything is going to be donated to the Leukemia Foundation to help with everything, to help his son and to help other kids that have leukemia. So, guys, if anybody, I have 30 people in the chat. If you haven't subscribed to Toon Track Racing, please do. It's free to do it. And just go in and let's try to get him to 1,000 so he can help him, his son, and other children that have leukemia.
Awesome,
really great guy. He was our first actual racing. He won our first race that we ever had on our track here at the house. So
that's really cool.
Yeah. So
I'm sub 410.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. What better reason to go and sub somebody than to help a bunch of people with cancer? Right. Exactly.
That's a cool. I like the header.
Yeah, it is cool, huh? Yeah. So, like I told you before that I would help you out. He made a great video the other day when talking about it, and I just said that's awesome because he was so happy that I made 1,000 that I said I'll help them because, like I said, he was our first winner, and he does the stuff that I love. So
that's cool.
I wish you weren't. I wish you weren't in Thailand. I mean, he even said it. He says, even though I'm in Thailand and that's where they make a lot of the cars, he says some of them are $5, $6, $7 just to get one Hot Wheel.
Wow. So we're gonna change the name of the show to the International Mid Morning Break Room.
There they go.
On International.
That's it. I mean, we have to get Ron and Andrew in that. They're great. I mean, we've had a couple of people from well, let's see. We've had England, we've had Australia, Sweden. Now we have Thailand.
We got Alabama. What else do you need?
That's another. Everybody who doesn't know what Alabama is going to be its own country now.
Yeah, and just to let y'all know, there's no R at the end of it.
Alabama. So hopefully you can come back to the States. I would love to really have some fun and have a blast. You know.
He's got a pretty cool Facebook page too. I jumped over there and joined that.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, I like how he does his stuff and.
Yep.
Okay, Kimmy, hit me up later on when you get a chance because I see if you have a little trick that we're all trying to figure out how to get me onto AdSense because I'm battling with this and it's bothering me.
I'll tell you what. I'll just give you. You can just tie it to my AdSense account. If you get stuck and can't make it work, I'll only charge you 30%.
Okay, so it's like getting super chats then.
Yeah.
Super. Now we get the super chats with the super. What do they call them now?
Buttons, stickers, something like that.
Yeah, super stickers. Dwayne got a poop emoji the other night,
and then you got the cat after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. All right, thanks, Kimmy.
I've yet to cut my grass. I've got to do it today. I know I said that yesterday.
Yeah, it's easy to procrastinate on that.
I never procrastinate today. I always do it tomorrow.
Well, skies just opened up here. Now it's pouring out.
Yeah, it is here too.
We had that this weekend. It didn't rain hard, but it just kind of got several of those 10, 15-minute showers, you know.
TC Sales. I think, Tommy, you've done Bonanza before, right?
Yeah, I have Bonanza linked up to it's synced with my eBay. I don't do a whole lot of sales over there because I'm like, you can pick different percentage ratios that you want to pay them for promoting your product, and I'm like at 3%. I get like one sale a month on Bonanza, but you can go all the way up to like 30%.
Is that their only fee structure? You just pay that?
Yeah.
That rate?
I mean, you can have. There's all these additional fees. You can have like what they call a store, you know. I mean, but it's not the same as the eBay store. It's not like you get so many listings or anything. They don't charge you anything to list on their site whatsoever. It's just you pay these different marketing levels of a percentage of your sale.
I mean, that's kind of what we do with promoted listings here on eBay, you know.
Right.
I don't know,
but I'm actually converting. I'm converting Bonanza over to a drop ship with Sellbrite.
Okay. There was one I watched. What did I see the other day? I got the email about it. It's a barter or something. It's a new app that just came out where you can barter, trade, or sell. It's Barter Up, I think it's called.
I don't know.
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, it just came. It was on my email yesterday. So I guess you can post something if you want to trade with somebody or if you want to sell it. It's all different aspects.
That's really cool.
I like barter.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of bartering like stuff in a while. Like I know that used to be really big. I used to do a ton of that on Craigslist. But since Craigslist died out, like the bartering scene's like really died out. I used to do that a lot. Like I would put stuff up and I would barter for just pretty much anything that was worth more than what I, pretty much was offering.
Right.
So I used to really, do really well with that, and I could sell stuff off on eBay.
Mm-hmm. Christian Pinkins asking about anybody sold any items on Prairie Grit.
I'm not familiar with that at all.
I know, Craig, you know the person that runs it, right?
You know the guy that owns it, Sean. Sean's a good guy.
Yeah,
he's doing his best to promote that. I know it's tough. If you are interested in selling on Prairie Grit, let me know. I will get in touch with him. I'm sure we can work something out. There are a good number of sellers. I think he's working on driving more traffic to the site. One good thing that Prairie Grit offers is their items show up very high in the Google rankings. So if you're Googling looking for a Scotty peeler, I know that's a bad example, but just using that as an example. If you Google that, hey, I'm searching for this, and somebody's selling one, there's a good chance you could find one that's on Prairie Grit. And I'm not an affiliate or anything. I'm not making any money off of it. I just know Sean. I actually do some work for him, some programming work for him. So it's a good platform. I tip my cap to him for going out there and sticking his nose out there and trying to build a marketplace that'll compete with eBay at some level. I know that's his goal, is to pick up some of the traffic that some of eBay's traffic. It's going to be a challenge. You just got to get the word out there and get the name out there and get the brand out there.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Moronic Best, thank you for coming in. I just saw you popped in. Congratulations on Friday night's race win. So you'll be going in for the monthly race at the end of the month. So yeah, I know because you were in the chat when Bolorama had him on, and he was in the chat during eBay Open, and I remember you were saying some stuff during the chat, and remember. So I knew, that's why I thought you knew. But I want to check it out. It seems like it's going to be pretty good, but let me get with Macari and start rocking that first.
Yeah, I don't blame you there.
Yeah. The problem is there's just so much competition in this e-commerce platform space.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many people, and there's so many of them that at every different level. You've got your Amazon, your eBay, your Macari, Posh is up there with them. Then you got your OfferUps, your Let Goes, and then there's all these other little Ruby Lane, and then there's just some that are trying to get up, even if they get 2-3% of any one of those platforms' business, they're making good money. Yeah, I think that's what people are thinking. There's so much out there. If I just got a small portion of it, I'd be okay. But I think the challenge is not getting sellers to sell on the platform. I think the challenge in those markets is to get buyers to come to the platform to buy things.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we've talked to Sean about and multiple people have, is working on his fee schedule.
Mm-hmm.
Because that makes it. At least to start building, you need to adjust your fee schedule to attract buyers. But everybody's got a different business model, and they choose their given business model for a reason.
Right.
What's going on? How are you?
I was gonna say, yeah, Harlan just popped in. What's up, bud?
But,
hopefully we'll have Harlan on our live auctions on Monday night. I'm gonna try to get him a time that he can come in and sell some of his items also.
That'd be cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
One of the auction.
That thing's crazy.
One of the auction houses I watch pretty periodically is the auction house that Harlan takes his things to.
Yeah,
I'm watching it, looking for items to buy. And I'm like, I'm so scared I'm going to end up buying. Not that he sells junk, but I'm just saying I don't want to go buying stuff that he's taking up there to sell.
Right.
It's not a bad auction. It's in South Tennessee. It's a couple hours. I'm 2.5 hours away from Harlan. I think they're an hour or so away from where that auction house is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of different platforms. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get into in learning more about that other platform that I was just talking about, Barter Up or something like that. It was a quick email, and I just didn't really take a better look at it. But I heard that it's about trading and bartering. So, and that's what a lot of people want to do, especially if you don't have the money. And if you have something that you can't get rid of, and somebody else has something that you want, boom.
We had a website that got built here in town. I don't know if it ever really took off. It could be product based, but it was a bunch of people. You signed up for the site, and you built. You had the idea of virtual cash.
Okay.
If you had something and somebody, bought it from you, you got virtual cash that you could then spend with another person within the system. So no money really changed hands. You just had credits.
Oh, okay. So
it was pretty cool, and it was even to the point of like professional services. There were corporations that were part of this.
Oh wow!
So maybe big corporations, but small businesses.
So it's like going back to the olden days when you worked at a shop. Instead of getting paid, you got money to go into the store and use what you had to,
right?
And buy what you had to,
right? But you could use that same money again with another vendor or something. It was
gotcha.
pretty cool. I don't think it ever really took off, but it was a cool idea. And then if y'all ever watched that show, I don't remember what channel it was on, one of the cable channels. Where the guys would start out with, say, the Scotty peeler, and they would end up with a ski.
Oh yeah, the Barter Kings.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
That was a cool show. I think the hardest thing I have with some of those kind of shows is how much of that is staged, how much of it's acting.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
I mean,
that's why I want to get Renee on the show on here, because he knows the ins and outs of all that, and I think Dave Hester got in trouble because of opening up in his mouth, but it's just you really want to know really exactly what's going on in there, and so.
Well, in the end, all that stuff they're TV shows. They're actors.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm not downplaying it because it's entertainment,
right?
But it got everybody's attention. It hit with a splash. And got a lot of people into that business.
Right. And I think that's if you can't get on to a A&E or Discovery or anything here, that's when everybody moves to YouTube and they'll do their TV. And so see, like John just exactly said what I was just saying. Difference between TV and YouTube anymore.
Well, look at it as a viewer. I mean, I've mentioned it several times. I watch YouTube more than I watch TV.
Right.
Yeah. Unless, and I don't subscribe to YouTube TV or whatever. If I want to watch a sporting event, it's live. I'll either go in there on the TV or I'll pull it up here and stream it somewhere outside of YouTube. But I watch more YouTube than I do TV.
I do too.
And it's
a good point.
Well, Michelle says that John was talking about reality TV with Jason T. Smith, said it wasn't fake. I'm not saying any of it is, but it seems like a lot of that reality TV could have that same scrutiny of everybody thinking, hey, that item was planted,
right?
What it is. It's just like you can say the same thing about YouTube,
Sure.
And I'm not pointing anybody out, saying anybody's doing it, but
right.
In the end, I think, in my opinion, a lot of times you've got I don't want to say two classes, two categories of people. People out here that are acting, almost three. You got people that are acting to put on a show and do information. You got people that are trying to provide information.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. And I'm not saying one's better than the other. One's right and one's wrong. Because there's some people that are out there acting a fool and making millions of dollars on YouTube.
Right. Neville just dropped in. He said a couple of years ago, the government tried to. Let's see if I can get it. Let's see. Try to get bartering classed as an income, so they can tax the same as normal income tax.
Wow, that's. I think that's where the government, and just talking generically, not U.S. government, just saying, that's where the government has no business at that level.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, fishing and picking. That I'm not bad mouthing or saying anybody that does that's right, wrong, or bad or good. It's just it's not for me, in my opinion.
Bartering, you know, it would be really cool if there was something within like this community where, like, say I come across like a whole bunch of like Hot Wheels that really aren't my wheelhouse, but Derek, Derek could like clean up with them. You know what I mean? Whereas like somebody else comes across a whole bunch of video games which kind of are in my wheelhouse. You know what I mean? Right. So if there was some kind of bartering system among this resale community to kind of get the stuff that people do really well with in the hands of those people, and then the stuff that, you know, we're kind of like, oh, I really got to list all this stuff. I have to look it up. I have to comp it, and we have to do that with any.
Kind of what I was talking about with
those are like
talking about with the death pile exchange. You know,
yeah, that type of thing.
People that specialize or niche in that and. Swap some stuff around and get it in the right hands so it actually gets out of a pile and onto eBay or Mercari or wherever you're putting it.
Yeah, I know for a fact I definitely have tons of stuff I would much rather just give to somebody else and get like some video games or something that I enjoy in exchange to, you know, rock on with.
Yeah, most storage sheds have household goods and adult sex toys. And sometimes drugs, sometimes, it all depends. You know, you just don't know.
I think the biggest thing with saying, you know, about the reality, the storage wars and all that is, yeah, you have the chance of hitting something big, but you're not going to hit something big every time, you know? No. And I think that's what is misleading about some of that is that you're going to have far more junk that you have to throw away. I've never done one, but I'm just going on what I'm seeing and hearing other people talk. You know, you end up throwing a lot of stuff away. It's a lot of work. It's not. I don't think it's as glamorous as a lot of people put it on to be.
It's not.
Again, it's probably good money when you hit that score, but you know, how many units do you have to buy that you make nothing off of and spend 3 weeks processing?
Yeah, definitely. That's what I was just going to say. It's like, okay, all right, I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to buy this lot, buy this lot, buy this lot. And next, you know, like Donatella, she bought 4 lots, and yeah, she scored on the NASCAR one, but she had 2.5 tons of trash that she had to throw away.
Yeah, that'd be rough to deal with.
Another thing is you got to have the ability to transport large items. You got to have access to a good-sized dumpster to get rid of stuff, because typically they don't let you put stuff in the dumpster on location.
Nope.
You got to have a way to. I mean. It's an interesting business model if you get into that, you know.
Yep.
I think it's about like putting your money in a slot machine sometimes though. You know, you're risking it. You got a chance hitting a home run though.
Yep. John says when I do MSP, I always bring reseller lots. That's what I did that's why my stuff sold. It wasn't that it was junk. It was stuff that I know people would definitely go and resell. And that's fine with me. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. I think my approach of wanting to take a calculated risk anytime I go buy something is what's kept me from buying a storage unit already. Because I've looked, and I haven't spent just hours looking. I've looked a good bit, and I'm just looking for that one item, you know, that unit that I can either see, I can tell those boxes have been there a while, or I know that one item right there that maybe somebody else doesn't recognize, you know.
Right.
I don't have that comfort level yet. I'm sure it'd be a lot easier if I bought my first one to buy my second one and my third one, but it's risky in my opinion.
All right, COC Sales, have a good day.
Thanks for stopping in.
Every storage unit I look at online seems like it's all junk. It's amazing what visually it looks like people are paying good money to store things, you know?
Right.
And the quality of items that you can typically see.
I've been on 2 weeks. I've been on one 2 weeks ago, and I was at 200, and then if it got up to $700, and I was like, yeah, I'm okay. That's good.
Well, I think I don't know, Tom, I don't know if I sent anybody else. I talked to a couple of people. I found an auction. It's been a couple of weeks ago, but it was full of this style shelf. It had like 50 of them.
Yep.
There was 2 different units. One had 20 like this, and it had 20 or 30 like wooden bookshelves, which the wooden bookshelves I wouldn't want.
Right.
But I was like, if this thing goes for 100, 100 and a quarter, I'll buy it. These things are like brand new. These are like $70 and $80.
Right.
I was like, I'm willing to pay $10, $12, $15 a piece for them. But it ended up going for like $600 or $700, which was a good deal.
Right.
But I mean, something like that I'd be willing to do just for usage. But
yeah.
BK Vending Influence Matt, MSP Mothership Products. He does an auction every. Doesn't he do it once a week on Sundays?
On Saturday nights at 8 o'clock.
Saturday nights. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he has some jewelry people. He has John. I was on last week. He has Barry. Barry brings a lot of cool stuff. I know this week I think it's a lot of paintings this week. That's the person that he has on. But yes, he has some really good stuff. And so Saturday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So
Kill the Econ Mom Ward says there's a local thrift store that their inventory came from buying storage units. Yeah, I walked into one. I've got one. I've only been by there twice. It's about 35 minutes away. Imagine that. I've got something that's more than 5 minutes away.
I was just about to say that.
But they, you walk into it and you can just tell by the lack of organization and the way things are piled up that it's just that they've unloaded these storage units and just kind of dropped it and, you know, semi-organized it within each little drop. But,
right.
You know, it was interesting to see, and their pricing was terribly high. But it was just they just had loads and loads and loads of inventory, and you could tell it wasn't donated stuff. Alabama Thrifter, how's it going, man? Good to see you again. But I don't know. The storage unit thing kind of piques my interest. I'm just scared to jump in, I guess. Because like I said earlier, I like to take that calculated risk versus just
I don't blame you there.
balls to the wall kind of approach, you know.
Now, where is Alabama Thrifter? Is he close to you, Craig, or is he?
He says, I think he's out like Oxford, Anniston, which is an hour and a half, hour or so away. Ran into him at a yard sale 6-8 months ago, maybe a year ago. I think it was last summer, if I remember right.
He flips. They're in Huntsville.
Yeah, they're about 2.5 hours away.
So they're near Scott and
Scott up there, Harlan's up there. If anybody in the crowd has been watching the reseller come in for a long time, Jim Bennett is up that way. He's kind of east of Huntsville now. But there's a good number of people in Alabama. There's just not a lot that are in the YouTube community, I think.
Right.
There's been a handful, but I see a lot more just local sellers here that sell. I run into a lot of Poshmark sellers down here because the one store, my primary store I go to has a lot of clothing like everybody else's, and you can tell Poshmarkers going through clothing, you know.
Oh yeah.
They'll have a cart full as opposed to, you know, they're looking through. You can watch them. They process the whole store. It's not like somebody going in there looking in one area, you know, looking at just the jackets or looking in just one size.
Right.
Fort Payne. I knew you were out that way somewhere. I couldn't remember where. But we've got. I think it's a Salvation Army store that's here, and I don't know if all Salvation Armies do this, and it drives me crazy. It doesn't. I don't go in there that often, but they arrange all their clothing by color.
Yes, they do. Yep.
So all the button downs, all the blue ones will be together, all the red ones will be together. You know, if you're going into a sort of shop for yourself to buy something, you know, what are the chances you're going in there to look for a blue shirt? You're looking for a large blue shirt.
Yeah.
Right.
It'd be so much easier to go to the larges and look through and find a blue shirt. But
I wish they would do that.
Do it by size as opposed to color.
Yeah. Alabama, what they say is in Fort Payne.
Yeah. Kind of northeast of here.
Okay.
Up towards the there's kind of like a little tri-state area up that way. Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee kind of come together up there pretty close. I don't think he's that far up, but he's headed up that way.
Neville's asking, yeah, it's MSP Mothership Products.
I'll get a link to his channel while we're talking.
Cool.
Yeah, he has some cool auctions on there. You'll really enjoy it if you're into auctions.
Yeah.
If you go there and join, say, hey, I came from the mid-morning break room group.
Right, exactly. And that's what I say that when I told everybody about Toon Track Racing. I'm like, just say if you subscribe to say you came from NASCAR Man 3345's channel, and he'll know what's going on. So,
and if you let Dwayne know that you're here from our group, you will get a 0% discount. That's a one-time offer.
You'll just get picked on. You just get picked on a little bit more. That's all.
Yeah, they'll say, hey, you're from Craig's group. We're going to charge you an extra 3%. The T's Flip says our Salvation Army has in lot sales on Friday mornings. They do a lot of that down here in Birmingham. It is. I don't know if it's before they get to the stores or what. But they're selling a lot of stuff in bulk. Big tall Gaylord full of stuff. You have to pay $4 to get into the auction. I think it's Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's in a little bit of a rough part of town. It's not bad. I mean, it's probably worth it. They'll auction off like refrigerators and big appliances and stuff. But
yes, Stephen, they're all doing that now. I know the Salvation Army in here, they have it linked into a drug rehab that they live upstairs above the Salvation Army, and then they come downstairs and do work and then go back up.
We've got a thrift store here that's run by. They've got one on the same chain, but one of them is run by the women.
Yeah.
They're in rehab, and the other one is run by the men too. So almost opposite ends of town, but it's cool. I try and go in there and buy stuff as often as I can to support there.
It's like we have one here. It's called New to You. I'm going to take Anthony by it when he's up here, but it's from ARC, ARC, which is kids who have mental disabilities, and they're in there. They're working it too, and they do the same thing by color. All the shirts are by color, but they also do the tags. Like if it's a blue tag, it's this, so they know, so you can understand what's going on. So
I didn't think about the colors being arranged that way.
Yeah,
taking that into consideration, that makes sense. Yeah. Huh.
So,
yeah. But,
that's good, Neville. And yeah, Neville, he's really nice. A little eccentric sometimes, but he is funny.
You talking about Dwayne?
Yeah.
And Dwayne's been around the community for a long time. He's got a lot of good connections. He'll bring in. I know Lonnie's been over there. A lot of people have been over there. He always brings in. I don't think I've ever seen Dwayne auction his own items off. I don't think
he did 3 weeks ago.
Oh, did he? Okay. But he's always got great people he's bringing in to sell stuff. So definitely check that out.
Yeah. What happened was Bougie Bear, April, got sick and she wasn't able to do the show, so he literally had to run the camera and do it. It was a fiasco. He's like, ain't doing this no more.
We didn't let Derek know he owes everybody a $35 missed show fee, doesn't he get fined from yesterday?
Yeah. So that means we're even because he missed one too.
Okay, we'll call it even.
Yeah. You guys have stuff that's what we're talking about. That's why it's a state of urgency. What we're trying to get, like Craig said earlier, we have the squirrel. You kind of keep on been working on it since the summer. I mean, I know some of the stuff you don't want to list. You want to hold on to it and keep on holding on to the stuff, and then when you're ready, then you send it off. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the one that. I don't typically hold on to stuff for Q4 for any reason. In my opinion, I've sold Christmas ornaments in February. You can sell the largest sweater, the biggest parka in the middle of the summer. If you can afford to let it sit and you're not bumping up on the top of your listings, if you are, it's not going to cost you a lot. I'm just not I'm not a seasonal seller. I don't take that approach. But that's just my approach. It's not right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
But so anything going on in the chat? I know any topics y'all want us to talk about over the next couple of days? Today's what, Tuesday?
Tuesday,
Yep.
Morning, Gary.
We're on Tommy tomorrow. We're on your channel tomorrow.
Yep.
Is it already scheduled, or you hadn't scheduled it yet?
No, I'll schedule it this afternoon.
Okay. I will work on getting somebody in on Friday. If anybody is interested in joining us on Friday, please let me know. You can reach out to me on Facebook at Craig Murray or at on Instagram as Land Shark Picker. We are looking for somebody for Friday to do our Spotlight the Sellers, whatever we're going to call it. I don't think we ever came up with anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, it's been working on that, trying to figure out something that's quirky, but not too quirky.
Yep.
So, but yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. Nashville meetup is 23rd and 24th. I'm going to try and get there. I can't promise anybody I'm going to be there. It's going to be tough. My wife is teaches a 2K class at the church from 8 to 9 till 1 every day. And with my son, we have to transfer him back and forth to school. It's going to be tough for me.
Right.
I'm going to try, though. So I think a lot of people are making that trip. So.
Well, I know that where is Scott now? I know he's up here in Northeast, but where is he? Does anybody know?
I haven't seen anything him talking about going anywhere. I know he wasn't on their show this morning. They normally have.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
What's up, Joy? Thank you for coming in. But yeah, he said he was coming in a van. Yeah, we know he's in a van, Steven. He left at 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't think Jody was too happy about that. But
Joy Be the Difference Clothing was live pretty late last night, wasn't she?
Yeah, I think she started a little bit late. I don't know. Maybe she went to the gym, because I know she was live the other day at a wine and painting. Here's the man. What's up, Mr. Alex?
We have a couple of those around town. They call them sips and strokes kind of places.
Sips and strokes.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah,
I've never been to one because I'm not a big wine fan.
Yeah. Yep.
What's up, Chad Juice?
Second home, the gym.
What's up, Chad Juice?
Hey, what's up, Mikey? What's going on, buddy? Man, he picked up a score. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did.
Man.
Give it to Mikey. He'll eat it. Mikey will eat anything.
Yeah, well, Mikey. Yeah, Mikey is a big boy, so yeah, he ate everything, and he's a fellow Bengals fan. So,
if you're gonna mispronounce something, mispronounce that. They're the Bungles,
not the Bungles.
Sorry, guys. I seem to be having a really bad itch. I'm not sure what is that.
Looks like you got a little irritation there on your arm.
Literally. What's up, Mike? I'm glad, man. That video yesterday with those Hot Wheels. Like I said, I tell everybody, Mike just showed it on his video. Man, he went to one yard sale, and literally the guy, I mean, I know he's known the guy for a while, but $25, $30, $40. It's just one car. I'm telling you. Oh,
yeah, you said that's gonorrhea.
Yeah, it is, buddy.
We'll see who has gonorrhea at the end of the season. That's all I can say. Nate wants to know how that video game score is going. It's going great, man. Like, I've probably made $500 to $600 just over the weekend on it, and I still have more games that I have on eBay.
So
nice. And if you're not testing those, I mean, it's typically pretty quick to.
Right. I mean, yeah. I think he licked them all, though.
Absolutely. That's my new thing. I just every game that comes through my eBay store is pre-licked.
Yeah, are you advertising using that keyword?
There you go. On your retro game. Come and check out the licked games today.
I need to figure out like a day that I'm going to be having that like every week. That way it's not like, like last week I didn't do it because I was so busy.
Do it Thursday after me and Tommy's show.
Well, the problem is I already have a Thursday live. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, it's in the morning.
I'm trying not to overdo it though. You know what I mean? With like too many lives and pre-recordeds.
Yeah.
Right. Like I did a double upload today, but that's only because I had something sent in and I wanted to put a video.
Yeah, that's the thing from Glenn.
Yeah.
That's cool.
West Max Gary is saying, how do you guys feel on promoted listings? Best promote all your listings?
Yeah, I promote everything at 1%, except for the brand new stuff. I'll let it sit for a day or two, maybe even up to a week, and then I'll promote it at 1%.
I promote everything. I've jumped back and forth multiple times between multiple selections. I've tried the 1%. I've tried the promoted +1. And I've tried the 10, about 10%, and which typically is higher than anything. Truthfully, I haven't found any huge difference among any of them. And again, the biggest problem with anything related to how something affects your sales, whether it's promotions, promoted listings, refreshing listings, it gets down to the point of is it related to the change you made, or is it the fact that you touched every listing? It's so hard to tell.
Yeah, I've been all over the board. I've tried multiple different scenarios with promoted listing, and I virtually see no difference between running a 1% and running a trending. I tried that thing that me and Craig talked about with coinciding with my sale price and up and really I don't notice any difference in either way. And I try doing it like a week at a time, not just a day,
right,
or something like that. I try doing it for a week at a time, and I wish I could find the magic formula.
And I think that's the problem. That's kind of the point I was trying to get to. Is I don't think there is one.
Yeah.
I think in the end it gets down to having the right product at the right price point.
I've never seen that. Have you guys seen that?
No,
I've had trouble.
I see that is on auction items.
Yeah, that's a good point. Eric, you do a lot of auction items? I don't do auction items historically.
That's all I used to do is auction items because that's the easiest way. That's the easiest way to sell loose Hot Wheels and toys is to do them at auction, because if you try to do a buy it now, then people want the thrill of trying to get the Hot Wheels and stuff and a little bit easier, and they like the battle. I've always seen they like the battle of who's gonna go after this one piece.
Yeah, Tommy's got a good point. Doesn't matter what you do, if no one wants it, you won't sell it regardless.
Exactly.
Just back to my comment of you have the right product at the right price, and somebody's looking for that item.
Right.
It's just a matter of finding that threshold. Like I had a couple items over the last couple of months that I've had for almost 2 years that just kind of sold out of the blue. Was it that I had them priced too high? Maybe. Was it that just the right person came along for that item, priced at the price that I had it at? It's hard to see.
Yeah.
eBay is no longer like it was 8 to 10 years ago. 8 to 10 years ago, you list something and it sells in a week or two.
Right.
Yeah. It's so much more competitive. I'd be curious to see the number of. I'd love to see a graph since eBay started and the number of sellers, year to year, month to month, whatever, So I guarantee you, it's grown exponentially out of sight.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's getting so competitive. You went from seeing 30 people selling this exact tape measure to 1,800 people selling this exact tape measure.
She listed a toy in October 2017. It sold this weekend.
Yep.
That's what happens. It all depends on what it was and if somebody's really looking for it. That's why we have a big toy show coming up the week after you're here, Anthony. So that's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be really starting to look for when we're out looking for certain things when we're up at Brimfield and everything. But it's gonna this toy show we did one in April at the same with the same gentleman, and we had 900 people come through the door.
Nice.
So it's a captured audience with that type of stuff. So you just go with it, and if you bought it for $5 and somebody's offering you 10, the table costs you $25. So as long as you make the table, you're just enjoying walking around and talking with everybody that's coming in because they have the same mentality that you do. That this is what I'm looking for. If you got it, you go for it. So
for sure. You know, the chat, we're getting to talking about a lot of how quickly something sells and something like that. Do you obviously? I know I've made bad buys in the past. You know, I made a bad buy yesterday. I couldn't get on the internet where I was, and I just bought something in impulse. I only spent like $4 on the item. Well, it sells for like 15. You know, free shipping. That's, you know, not a terrible buy, but I mean, if I had known that it sold for 15, I wouldn't have bought it. And you know, do you find yourselves being more selective sometimes of what you buy?
Oh, absolutely. All the time, I get more and more selective.
I mean, not just because you made a bad buy, but over time, you're learning, hey, there's profit in this item, but I'm going to have to sit on it for 18 months, and it's going to the profit margin is going to be minimal. I have no problem sitting on something 18 months. If I know I'm going to I buy it for $5 and I'm going to make 300, you know. But those marginal items, especially if they're larger to store and things like that, you know, I think that's part of the business is you've got to learn as you're going, you know.
Not only am I more selective due to bad buys, but the more inventory I have, the more selective I become.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not even worth my time at that point to mess around with something that's not going to be profitable. It's not going to sell quick or whatever.
Exactly.
I kind of go back and forth. And again, if I ever use something as an example, I'm not bashing anybody that sells these kind of items. It almost makes my head hurt sometimes to see these sales where somebody's selling something for $3.99 plus shipping and they're making $1.50. And again, it's just me. Everybody's situation is different.
Right.
You know, it gets down to the point of where's my time best spent, you know? And I'm not talking down smalls. It is what it is, you know. I just that's something that doesn't fit for me overall.
Yeah. I still have a good bit of stuff like that just from the very beginning when I was trying to build feedback.
Right. Yeah.
So, like, the very beginning of my store was a lot of stuff that was just cheap like that because I was cleaning out the house. And that's how I started everything, is just by listing what we had here already.
Right.
And so a lot of that stuff is still up, and you can kind of tell that it's from that time frame because you'll either see a kitchen table or see it laid out on a bedspread, or, you know what I mean, just like ghetto pictures because that's what the heck I was doing.
Right. And anybody in the chat or anybody up here, please don't think that I was bashing that. I was just using that as an example. You know, there's a lot of people, like you're saying, that's where a lot of people start off.
Yep.
You know?
But
again, that thing that you have no money in that you just grabbed out of the closet and make $2 or $3 off of it.
Right.
And that 2 or 3 and buy another item for 2 or 3 and turn that into 7 and boom, 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 and it mushrooms. But at some point, you've got, in my opinion, the way I approach it, I need to minimize those $2 and $3 and $4 profit items. Because if I can find items that are, you know, getting me $10, $15, $20 profit, my time is better spent on those items.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, I tend to stay away from with one-offs where you're only making $1 or $2 or $3 profit on it. But I do have multiple items that are replenishable where I do only make $2, $2.50 a sale on it. But because it's replenishable and it's one listing and I'm just restocking it and I sell it over, you know, a couple hundred times, then that adds up.
Oh, definitely. I agree there. Totally different approach, in my opinion, you know. If you're doing all right, if you're selling on Amazon, replenishables for sure.
Flipping Particles has just come in. Good morning, D. Don't go and check her out. She'll be on at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Her channel. We're going to stop at 11:30 or 10:30 your time, but it's what you guys want to keep on going. What's up?
I say we go another 9, just cut it off at 11:30.
Yeah.
Y'all good with that?
Yeah, I gotta get out of here. I got stuff I gotta get done today.
Yeah, I know Anthony's gonna get to the post office. I gotta get back in stuff myself.
Yep.
And make another video.
Ron posted this. I found an item. If I bought an item in for 10 and it sells once or twice a year for 60, I don't mind sitting on it. I agree.
Right.
You know, and that number could be that margin could be different for anybody. You know, how much space you have to store things. I know Derek, where he lives, he doesn't have a ton of storage room.
Right.
Tommy's got his basement. Anthony's got his basement. I've got my garage. You know, majority of my stuff is right here in the bedroom. It's different for everybody, and there's different factors that affect how long you hold on to something, or you know, if you're willing to pick something up that has a longer tail, you know, sales to it.
Right.
Again, this is just not a one. I keep saying this. It's not one of the one size fits all.
Mm-hmm.
And that whole methodology, that whole thought process, almost covers every aspect of the business.
Yeah.
From what you source, how you price items, how long you hold on to something, how you do your accounting. I mean, obviously, we're not going to talk accounting, but there's different methods of doing it, and everybody chooses a different method based on what works for them.
Definitely.
You know, you look at even talking along that line. You look at someone like Pete, the Craigslist hunter.
Mm-hmm.
Sells a ton of stuff. He doesn't even have an eBay store. Whatever his reason for not having one makes sense for him, and if it was better for him to do a store, he would do it. He's found some reason why.
eBay stores associated with their store.
Do what?
Hunter? There's eBay stores associated with his store. Like whenever he did the polybag sale, he actually linked an eBay store in his video.
We have one now.
You know, I don't know. I just say it every day, and it's just like we talked before. We went through several shows over a week or two, and we got to the point of every day we were talking about relationships were important.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one size fit all these topics wouldn't keep coming up. You know, just in our conversations, if they didn't make sense and fit this whole model of reselling. You know,
Right.
but yep. Yeah, Tommy spends a lot of time looking at the data behind eBay, and it's good. You know, you can eBay gives you a lot of information that helps you in making decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Therapy, all these third-party apps that give you. I know we've talked about PickClick on here some. That it helps you with the sell-through rates. There's so much information out there that can help you learn and help you in a decision-making process on whether to buy something, whether to buy it next time.
Right.
You know?
Definitely. So guys, any last words, or what do you guys have planned for the rest of the week, Tommy?
Man, I'm trying to diminish this pile I got going on here. I want to do some reorganizing, get a better flow down here in my basement, my workspace. So that's my focus for the week.
Get her done.
Yeah.
Mr. Anthony?
Well, like I said, today I have Bible study at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys want to swing by and hang out with me for that, that'd be awesome. If not, no big deal, no pressure to partake in that. There is reselling content on the channel besides that. So keep an eye out for both those things. But yeah, I got a lot of shipping to do today, so that's going to be my focus between now and 2 o'clock.
Nice. That'd be fun. Yeah, y'all definitely go by and check out Anthony's Bible study this afternoon. It's a lot of fun. Whether you're into it or not, it's a great fellowshipping time to talk to people. Yeah, I definitely promote that every time I can.
Nice.
Nothing big going on here. I've got to get out and cut grass. As much as I don't want to do it, I think I'm going to do that today. I don't want to. I hate it. I hate doing yard work with a passion. But I hate paying somebody to do it too.
Yeah.
So I definitely,
go ahead.
I definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every one of you. I definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every one of you. I definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every one of you. So I definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every one of you. I definitely appreciate everybody showing up. Every one of you. Every one of you is so important to us and makes the show possible. Hope y'all will be back with us tomorrow and every day after.
Tommy's channel tomorrow.
Yep.
Brooklyn Babbles, thank you for coming in. I guess that's your sidekick, isn't it, Tommy?
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, but like I said, today I got to get some packing finished up. Me and my boys are gonna get that all cleaned up and ready to go. I'll be making a video for the racing on Friday, Mopars. So if you like Mopar, this is the races you want to get into. Get a lot of Challengers, Chargers, all the fun cars. I know Tommy's seen one of them that I'm probably going to race that he showed you the other day. But definitely like, subscribe, keep this going, guys. Everybody, we're having a great time doing this show. We love having a chat with everybody with us. We definitely want to keep it going. Like I said, if anybody, Harlan or anybody that wants to get on the list, please get in touch with myself or with Craig. We can get you onto the list, so we can get you on for Fridays, whatever we're going to call it. Reseller or seller unite, whatever we're going to call it. Spotlight on reselling, whatever. I want to thank everybody for coming in, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on Tommy's channel. Remember, more toys, more fun, guys. Keep it going. Keep it fresh.
Have a good day, everyone.
See you tomorrow.
Peace out.
Guys. Bye. 5, 4.